I'm not an optimist. I've always seen myself as somewhere in the middle. A realist, if you will. The glass is neither half full nor half empty. It's just half. The logical side of my brain has for the most part dominated and told me what'll turn out good and what'll end up bad. This was my outlook on life during my early to mid-teens. My life 1.0. I'm not counting childhood as the one, since you're barely a person at that point. You're more or less just a puppet regurgitating useless facts and opinions. One can argue that's all human existence really is, but that's a topic for another time. So let's get back into the video instead. In my later teens, however, I started realizing more and more about the uselessness of it all. I won't bore you with too much on my existential dread, but when you start questioning the core parts of our modern-day human lifestyle, you'll inevitably end up contemplating and questioning life itself, and its so-called meaning. This, of course, led me down a nihilistic rabbit hole in which I'm still sitting. Here's where I found my pessimistic side. Self-doubt, anxiety, panic attacks, and later on even full-blown depression started engulfing my entire existence. It didn't exactly help that I was feeling spaced out due to my depersonalization and derealization as well. Here you can clearly see a shift in my attitude and view on life, which is why I feel like this is a different chapter. My life 2.0.
Well, let's not hang around here for way too long, since I've been feeling really good this week, and I want to get to the main point of this video. It's almost impossible to see a huge change coming while you're in the middle of it. It's something you most often only can see in hindsight, while looking back at life. But right now, I'm feeling a shifting gears. Life 3.0 is just around the corner. And here's why. The biggest reason is that in August, I'll be moving away from my hometown, which I've lived in my entire life. I'll be moving from Sundsvall all the way down to Svalöv in Skåne. I'm moving because I'm starting a music course in... well, it's really hard to explain since it's super vague, but it's basically like creative writing and composition in music. And I'm extremely excited and, of course, a bit nervous. So I'm finally moving and getting a change of scenery. And hopefully getting to meet some cool people that can inspire me even more in my artistic endeavors. So that's a big thing why I'm feeling like 3.0 is coming. But there's also a lot of small things that's helping me out of this hole. Firstly, in just a few days, me and my best friend will be traveling down to Stockholm, where we'll run our first ever marathon, which feels quite surreal, but in a good way. I'm not exactly nervous since I've been training really hard these last few months, so I feel like it's gonna go fine. I'm aiming for a time of 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is going to be tough, but I'm telling you this just to push myself even more to actually make it happen. Some other things I'm excited for is that it's finally summer here, which feels so good because I can walk around barefoot again. I've also gotten another tattoo, which I'm super happy about, and I can't wait to get even more. My creativity hasn't exactly been on top, but I have still written a lot of things. I have gotten a lot of ideas that I just need to finish. I have a lot of songs that I need to write a song melody for, but that's been the biggest difficulty for me right now. I have a lot of stuff I'm working on, which feels good. I really like the songs I've written. I've also started listening to more music, which feels really good because I haven't done that in a while. Like, I'm finally getting inspired to hear more artists and find out more textures and sounds you can create. And I've started listening through an album before I go to bed and just turning off everything, just listening to the music and turning off the lights and just standing in my studio and allowing my body to just move however it wants. It's kind of like I'm having a rave for myself. I'm just jumping around or swaying or I don't know, just doing whatever feels nice. I just really like disappearing completely into the music, you know? I've also finally built my own pedal board, so now I won't have to just plug everything up if I want to play with them. It's not perfect by any means, and it's heavy as Falsmannen himself, but I like it a lot. I found some extra work as a waiter, so hopefully I'll be able to work a lot this summer. I'm also working really hard on finally getting my driver's license, because I really want it before I move. And I think I should be able to do it, because I know how to drive a car, I just need to learn the theory behind it. So yeah, that's why I'm feeling like I'm turning the page and getting to a new chapter. And also why I feel like I'm getting out of this hole. I'm not saying that life's perfect, like when is it ever? Nor am I saying that I'm cured of my mental illness, but I'm starting to see things in a more positive way. And I want to try and hold on to that for as long as I can. I'm gonna try to make more videos again, because I just like finishing a project and moving on and doing something else. Being done with something is probably the best feeling in the world. I don't really care if no one's watching, because I'm doing this for myself. I just love creating, and I'm gonna continue doing that. And making videos on YouTube like this is the perfect outlet for it. It's a great way of just expressing creative ideas. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I had to say for now. I'll hopefully see you soon, after I've run my first marathon. Oh my, wish me luck. So yeah, I'll see you soon. And remember, never stop vandra.